Hi friends, this is another video for my safety and where I'm at with my plans and my the point of where I'm at. So anyways, hello friends. I know a lot of you probably have never seen me or knew that this was me behind this account, but surprise. But this is because specifically for creators and moving forward with media. I am close to having a really great infrastructure put together so that we are able to compete with legacy media, so that we are able to have the support that we need without influence, so that we are able to be able to move forward and make sure that there is an institution for news and for media. So some of you probably don't know me or have not seen me before, but this is the next, like I said, the next step moving forward in my process. And I am in a couple weeks going to be making some big moves towards making us a safe place. It's going to have a People's Free Press Fund, which will, so if anyone is a member of the association, they will be able to, access or have the ability for legal representation or legal advice, because I know a lot of us on the ground, outside of places like Delaney, Shannon, all of the concentration camps, essentially, that might not have the ability to do that. And in addition, also, I know from experience, because I've been doing this for the past year, that we do this out of, a lot of us, the goodness of our hearts, and we love Americans and America as we grew up, as we knew it growing up. And we want to make sure that for generations to come, it is as wonderful for everyone that lives here. So I'm going to be, in the next couple weeks, like I said, moving forward with a People's Press Association, it will be called. And it is an infrastructure for independent media. So anyone that has an audience that is providing information for people will be able to have a place. It is going to have, of course, some standards that we would need to adhere to in order to be a member and get the benefits. However, I think that it's about time that since so many people are getting their information from social media, that we change how the information is being delivered in a way that ensures clear transparency. So in regard to citing sources, saying that this is a, what's up CC, saying that this is a protection, like independent media out there right now is alone and is subject to being ostracized and losing their livelihood if that's the only thing that they the only skin they have in the game. For example, I mean, this has been a year of me doing research and in completely ingraining myself into the society. Hey, Cece. So this is my next step in my I know people call me cuckoo or whatever, but in my plan, in my process, to make sure that the People's Press Association is somewhere that is documented. So this will go on my YouTube. And basically I'm just kind of making the announcement that it's about time that some of us had the things that we need in order to continue doing what we do. And I really I'm so close to like being 99% confident that moving forward in this way will prevent such things as mis or disinformation campaigns, and to just, 70% of people are getting their information from social media now, and we have foreign influence operations. We have people with money we have people that, for example, that are not robots, but apparently I said they're robots or something. Someone said they're robots that work for PR companies that are being paid a sum of money in order to do a job, okay? And their job may or may not have anything to do with, the greater collective good messaging. So, and they might not even know. This is like some of these participants in these operations are willing, others are unwilling, and they're just, excited to have people to listen to them, I think, for the first time in their life. And I love that for them, and I want a community for them, and I want them included in the community. But if that's the case, then we need to be making sure that we all have media literacy. If you're a reporter, if you are, having your thoughts, your investigation, your words be put in print, then, essentially you have to adhere to a certain standard. You need sources, etc. And that's something that we're lacking right now in social media. And it's something that I think if we had a solution to, we would see a lot of our other problems just kind of go away. And yes, that includes MAGA, but it also includes progressives. I like to call them the establishment. And I say that because I think that our lines have been moved so far away from actual values and in the direction of whichever pack at the moment, at the time, at that decade, seems to have the most influence. And in the past, longer than that, but obviously the past couple decades, it's been Russian and it's been Israeli, because we have all of the things going on with Ukraine. We have all of the things going on in the Middle East and with the Greater Israel Project. And we, the people, see that. And I think that people that do see that, because we don't hear other people saying it as often, might feel disparaged, or maybe like you're by yourself in these thoughts and these feelings, and you're not. There are people that are in Washington right now, there are people that are in the government right now in certain positions that are very scared to speak up and say the truth. And so it then falls on, the rest of us. And there are a lot of us that have stood up and rose to the occasion. And now I'm looking to move forward with those people and to build something bigger and better, and to make sure that our kids grow up, the way that we did, if not better. I want to get back to the street lights being on as the signal to come home. And I think that we can do that, but I think that we can only do that if it's soon. I think we're very steadily running out of time. And it's not even midterms kind of thing. It's the different sneaky buses and bills that they're trying to pass through, that are very much in favor of certain political or certain foreign groups. And I think that if we continue, those of us that are awake and aware, working together and making sure that the general population knows those things, or knows that, then we will be able to, rise up and overcome this oligarchy, technocratic, weird fantasy that these are fucking nerds, okay? They were so fucking nerds, fucking so nerdy. They now are excited for the first time in their lives that they have people that will listen to them when they talk. And that's great. I want everyone to have someone that listens to them, or a group of people that listens to them when they talk. And there's so many ways to make that happen that don't have to shit on everyone else below you in order to do that. And I think that we're close. I think we're really close. And so this is my last I'm here before I move forward with my next step in this project that I've been doing. And I appreciate everybody that's here, and everybody that follows and likes and shares and just talks to people about what's happening. I know it's uncomfortable sometimes, but we can't learn and grow without discomfort. And I think that it's it's your job, it's our job as people, the collective that is awake or that does see, has foresight enough to see where this is all going, that we are the ones to make everyone else uncomfortable. So whether that's at the Thanksgiving table, whether that's at school pickup, drop off, whether that's at your office, and people, I worked in several fields that were predominantly male or male dominated. I sold cars for a while, so walking through the mechanics, walking past the garage guys, or I worked in restaurants and hotels and food and beverage, so like walking through the kitchen guys. There are just certain construction, for example, industries where, being very misogynistic is a thing. You can make people feel uncomfortable for saying things like that. You can say that's not that funny. You can just not laugh. You can straight up look at them and be like, wow, like, I wonder why you're single, or whatever it is. Like, we have to start making sure that people know that we see them and we don't accept it. And the bots and the influencer culture that gets paid to push certain messages makes, I think, people that have those views feel relatively safe, or feel like they are able to say things so loudly and confidently because other people agree with them. And in reality, we know as Americans that are talking with our neighbors and going to the grocery store and going to the gas station that people are angry, and people are starting to realize that the things that they were promised aren't happening. They're not going to come to fruition. They have not so far, and these people do not care about us. And I'm hoping that that's going to be enough for us all moving forward, but I still think that it's up to those of us that are awake to help bring everybody else up to speed, kind of, and that at the end of the day, we are all making sure that we remember that it's the people versus the profits. And I think if we can keep that in mind, and we can start to call out the minority, because they are a minority, in their thoughts, and make sure that we're letting them know that it's not okay to be offended when other people pick on you. If you're poking at them, you should kind of expect it. So this whole for me, not for thee kind of thing needs to end. And I am hoping that the People's Press Association will be something that helps us in that way, because like I said, 70% of people are now getting their information from online. We know that our legacy media is pretty much gone, and if not gone, then heavily influenced. And so I think that something like People's Press Association is going to protect those of us that are trying to independently find and distribute information and analyze information, and for the general public, because they will have a public-facing side that will have just basic media literacy articles or quizzes, things to help the general public on the front side, and then things to help influencers, creators, analysts, any independent media, because we're at a point now where what is what. Like, I wouldn't call myself an influencer. I'm not trying to influence anything. I'm just trying to show people that where we are right now is shit. So we are at a spot right now that's very unique, and we can let them write it for us, or we can decide that we want to build something for us, and that way, when current legacy institutions should fail, we already have something that's set up, that is trusted, that is for the people. So I appreciate y'all for being here, for checking me out for a little bit, and for just following in general. Please continue liking, sharing, all the things. I don't even care. It's not about money. We don't get money. It's just about waking people up and really knowing that we don't have much time to do it before it will take double, triple the amount of time to get it back, to get all those things back that they took away. So once again, I appreciate you all. Keep speaking out, being loud. The one thing about being American is we still do have our First Amendment right. If some of you paid attention at all to anything in Europe recently, England, for example, they're actually not allowed to do what we're doing. They're not allowed to say the things that we're saying. And we need to be louder about that. And for that reason, first of all, for all of those people that can't say the things that we want to say. And also because we need to let the government and people that are in charge know that we will not be giving those things up. So, I mean, yeah. Again, thank you all. It's been a blast. And hope to see a lot more of you very, very soon. Oh, someone had requested. Sorry, I don't know how to do it. Bye, guys.